I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far, and I'll be right where you are.
Hello there, cheeky potatoes. If you don't know me, then my name is Raisa, and welcome back to my channel, because there's a lot of new viewers and subscribers that I have. And thank you so much for subscribing and the really nice comments, and I really enjoy replying to them. I just thought I'd quickly show you what I got from Asda before I describe what this video is about. So today, these are normally $1.20 and they're extremely hard to get hold of, and they're only sold in Asda from what I know in the UK, and they're just Warburton's protein wraps with pulses blended in, and they taste so nice. They've got 10 grams of protein per wrap, and they have 184 calories, which isn't too bad for 10 grams of protein. And then I just thought I'd also show you this cheese that I always pick up all the time if I am in Asda, and it's 2 for £3, and you can also get the cheese slices, but it's a lot cheaper to buy the grated one, just because you get about 20 grams more extra of cheese in there. So that's a good bargain, but the slices are convenient if you go to university or work or college to put into your sandwiches. The video that I'm showing you is about some banana oat bites that I made. The three main ingredients are the oats, the bananas and the eggs. And it's so easy that even if you really don't know how to bake, all you have to do is kind of judge on, can this mixture hold a shape? All I did was use 2 bananas, 2 eggs and 200 grams of oats, but it would probably depend on the type of oats you use as well, but my mixture held together quite well. And because I had peanut butter and things like chia seeds in there and protein powder, and I think that also helped it to stick together quite well. But say if the mixture's too dry, then just add some milk or eggs, and if it's too runny, then just add a few more oats in there, or some protein powder, or something that you think will absorb the mixture. But I'll write everything down in the box below. The mixture is really good for people that go to work, university, anywhere. If you're just travelling and you want to know how many calories you're eating, and you can track that. But if you don't really care about them and you just want them as treats or to put in lunch boxes for children, then they're really good treats. They can make them with you because they're so easy, and you just bake them until they go a bit golden brown. There's really no wrong way to make them. You could put dried fruit in there. You could put maple syrup in there. It depends how sweet you want them, but a ripe banana really should give you that sweetness that you want. So tasty, just get creative and do whatever you like, really. So I really hope, if you did enjoy the video, then please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe and hit the bell notification icon as well, because that means you can see when I have a new video coming out. So the main ingredients you're going to need for these are bananas, eggs and oats. You can kind of choose which oats you would like to use, but I did use Waitrose organic jumbo oats, but you really don't have to use those, and a choice of nut butters you can have. So here I'm showing you almond butter. I've got some Meridian peanut butter with pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. And then there's also a choice of just peanut butter with coconut, and I think it's got honey in it too. But you can choose anything that you want. I've got protein powder there too, and chocolate. There are the oats, as you can see, but you can really choose anything. The bananas, one of them was quite ripe, one of them wasn't that ripe, so it was a bit harder to mash up, but that's okay. And then I just cut the chocolate into little squares, because I didn't use chocolate chips, but in the end you'll see how that turns out. Here I've just got the banana, and I don't know why the camera's gone all fuzzy here, but it has. I'm peeling the bananas, putting it into a bowl, and then yeah, you'll see me mashing it up. next you'll see me adding in the eggs. I'm cracking 2 eggs into the mixture because I used 2 bananas, so you can make a lot less mixture with 1 banana and 1 egg, but it's really up to you. It will just give it more protein and more binding for the mixture. It just depends on how much you make. All I'm doing now is combining the egg and the banana, but you can see that it's all gone into the same bowl, so that's quite easy. Because I wanted to know what the calories of these would be, I then weighed out the oats and it ended up being 200 grams, so that makes sense for the 2 eggs and 2 bananas, so just use that sort of ratio. I added more oats into the mixture to ensure that I would get the right texture so that they weren't too runny, so that the mixture could be formed into balls so that they can be baked in the oven. It's quite blurry here, but you can see the mixture started to thicken up, and that's the sort of texture that you would like. It's definitely best to make the shape into round balls, because if you put them in one tray, they don't cook as well and they just bake a lot better in that form. So make sure that they will hold their shape. Here I'm just adding in the chocolate chunks, but it's a lot easier if you have chocolate chips, and if you don't want to add chocolate chips then you can just have it like that. Then I'm adding in 15 grams of protein powder, and that's because this protein powder has a sweetener in it and a fat burner, and it does give me a bit of a headache, so I didn't want to use too much of it, but I didn't want to waste it, so I just put a small amount in here. The end result of these protein bites is that they have 4 grams of protein per ball and 122 calories, but this would be very different depending on the ingredients that you have actually used. Something else you could add in at this stage would be pounded peanut butter, as it's very low in fat and it's got protein in it if you don't have any protein powder, but if you don't have either then that also doesn't matter. I decided to go with the Meridian almond butter here, but you can use anything you want, and if you don't want to then you don't have to, as it adds in a lot of calories, but I tried to make these bites with a bit more nutrients in there, so I just thought I ended up adding 30 grams of almond butter, but that's entirely your decision. But that's why you can see that I put it on the scales and that I'm weighing it out, just so I can work out the calories. I'm adding cinnamon into my mixture, and but you can add anything that you like, and you don't even have to have any spices, but I would recommend something like cinnamon, or even ginger if you like ginger, or just anything like nutmeg or something that's maybe a bit sweeter. You could probably even add vanilla pods, but I don't know if that would come through into the mixture. But I think the cinnamon came through really well, and I didn't have to use a lot of it. And you can kind of see the texture of my mixture here, that it's like a lot thicker than before, even though it's quite blurry, but you can sort of see that. As you can see, the mixture should become harder to stir, and that's when you know that it's ready. I'm just going to add in my chia seeds now. The final ingredient I've decided to add is chia seeds, and that's just again for some extra nutrients, and yeah, they're really good for you, and I'm weighing them out because obviously they do have calories in them as well, but if you don't really care about the calories you can add whatever you like in there, and it shouldn't change the texture of the mixture too much. As you can see, I'm just kind of weighing out what looks right and then making sure that I remember the weight. I ended up using 30 grams of chia seeds. My mixture made 18 portions, and as you can see they're not massive because I wanted them to bake quite nicely, but this was before they went in. I just put down some greaseproof paper. As you can see, I used one bowl to combine everything and they just look yummy. They're going in the oven now, just on the middle shelf and this is a fan assisted oven, so they're going in at 180 degrees. I kept an eye on them, but I put a timer on for 10 minutes, but they only needed about extra 3 minutes. I just waited until they went a bit slightly golden brown, and you'll see them as they come out of the oven. That just look at those chocolate chunks. Oh my gosh, look at that. I bet you're jealous, but you're going to make some of your own, aren't you? But it's totally up to you if you put chocolate in. Thank you so much for watching my banana bites recipe. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you have any questions then please leave them down below. But thank you so much for watching my cheeky potatoes.